Jayr's story is one of transformation, one that began like many of ours, with the struggles of trying to figure out life's purpose. For so long, he was living the dream in the eyes of many, successful in his career, admired for his talents, and always in the spotlight. But deep inside, he knew something was missing. You see, Jayr wasn't always the man he is today. He grew up like many of us, chasing dreams, making plans, and at times feeling like there was something more to life that he couldn't quite reach. He worked hard, gave his all to his passion for music, and built a name for himself in the industry. But as much as the applause and the lights were there, the feeling of fulfillment was always just out of reach. He'd have quiet moments where the questions started to rise. Is this really all there is? Is this what life's about? He'd go to church, but it was more out of routine than true connection. There was a gap, an empty space he couldn't ignore. He struggled in silence, battling feelings of loneliness, doubt, and confusion. He didn't know who he could turn to, how to move forward, or what the purpose of his success really was. But then, something changed. There was a turning point in his life, a season of personal hardship that brought him to his knees. He wasn't looking for answers. He didn't expect God to step in at that moment. But God does things in ways we never expect. And it was in his brokenness, in the deepest part of his struggle, that Jayr heard God's call. It wasn't a loud voice or a dramatic vision. It was a quiet whisper in his heart saying, "I'm here, come to me." That's when Jayr realized that everything he had been chasing, all the success and the recognition, didn't matter as much as he thought. What truly mattered was his relationship with God. That was the missing piece. That was the one thing that would bring real peace, real joy. As he stepped into faith, he experienced a shift he couldn't explain. Things didn't change overnight. Life still had its ups and downs, but his perspective was different. He realized that success, relationships, and happiness weren't about what he could gain, but about what he could give, what he could offer to others through his newfound purpose in Christ. His life took on a new meaning. He found joy, not in the applause, but in serving others, in growing deeper in his faith, and in trusting that God had a plan for him, one that was better than anything he could have imagined. There's something so powerful about finding your true purpose through faith. It doesn't mean all the problems go away, but it does mean you can face them with peace in your heart, knowing that God is by your side. For Jayr, it was like stepping into the light after years of wandering in the dark. And that's the kind of transformation only God can bring. Maybe you're watching this today and feeling like something's missing in your life, like Jayr once did. Maybe you're facing struggles that no one else sees, and you're questioning your purpose. I want to encourage you today. Don't be afraid to reach out to God. He's waiting for you, just like he was waiting for Jayr. Take a moment to pause, reflect on your journey, and speak to God in your heart. He's there, ready to listen, ready to guide you. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. And remember, God's love is always there, ready to fill the spaces in our hearts that nothing else can. Take that step of faith. You never know how much it will change your life.